Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Ragnarok Vloggentary ride-along. And today, we are going to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. Specifically, Pirates of the Caribbean at the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. Not the Pirates of the Caribbean that I grew up with, but a fun ride. Nevertheless, it's a great ride. I mean, it's not possible for me to go to the Disney parks and where there is a Pirates of the Caribbean ride available. I mean, it will be part of the itinerary for the day. Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite ride there, and I'd be willing to say, and it's a bold statement, anytime you pick a favorite of anything, it is a bold statement. But this is my favorite ride at Magic Kingdom as well. So, yeah. And the thing that sets Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean apart from Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean it's actually quite a few differences, but like all the other rides in Walt Disney World, there is a necessity to have an indoor line queue, given all the rain that, plagues Florida. I don't know why I said plagues, but you can depend on rain happening no matter what. In Florida, it's going to rain at some point. So indoor line queues. And being that the line queue is indoors, they have, of course, gone above and beyond to theme it out. And yeah, I go to Magic Kingdom for the line queues, and I'll go to Disneyland for the rides themselves. That's not fair to say. Disney World has some ride I don't want to call them duplicates, but the same ride in the park as you can find at other parks, like for instance, Splash Mountain. Magic Kingdom's version of Splash Mountain, I feel like, is more fun or superior to the Disneyland Splash Mountain. Now, the ride itself, Pirates of the Caribbean, I like the Disneyland version better, but the queue, man, look at this queue. Look at this. I like the queue in Disney World more, and that goes pretty much across the board. There are some exceptions, like there's no Indiana Jones at the Magic Kingdom park, and that Indiana Jones is the best line queue experience that Disneyland itself, I think, has to offer, with the exception now of Rise of the Resistance. Bane always has some sort of hesitancy to go on these rides he's been on before, but he's right there he is. This was Maverick's first time riding Pirates of the Caribbean, so here's a fun little documentation of that milestone in life. Bane, this trip, he was hesitant for some rides. It's not his first trip to the parks or his first time riding Pirates of the Caribbean, but this is probably the first time he's really going to remember riding Pirates of the Caribbean. Because he was, what, 5? Yeah, he was 5 here. I do prefer the way the Disneyland ride starts. I mean, all the way through, the Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean, I feel like, is just more. There's more to it. I prefer it for sure. And I'm gonna stop saying that. I feel like I say that a lot, but you could chalk it up to nostalgia. I don't know. Maybe that does play a part in it, but there are some significant scenes that are missing from the Magic Kingdom version of Pirates of the Caribbean. And this ride, the Magic Kingdom version, only has one waterfall, only one drop. And Disneyland has two. So there's another little added benefit to the... Would you call it a sister ride? No. It's counterpart. Yeah! It's Disneyland counterpart. I like that. That's not to take away from this experience, though. This is still just a phenomenal ride. I, again, will not ever miss it. Look at the skull and the rocks right there. Isn't that fun? And the lightning hit. Some really outstanding design work. I wish I lived in a place like this. I wish my bedroom was like this. The soothing sounds of a storm at sea, surrounded by skeletons. I mean, nothing speaks to my soul in the same way. My favorite scene, one of my favorite ride scenes ever, is the skeleton at the... What would you call it? The mast? Am I just making things up? I mean, I'm not making up the fact that it's there. There it is, but... See, this little portion right here talks at Disneyland. And here is your first, or the only drop. Whoa. It's the challenge about shooting these darker rides. There's quite a bit of time spent in lighting that the camera just can't deal with. I didn't get to ride this ride specifically before the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, so my Magic Kingdom experience has always been Captain Barbossa and, you know, Jack Sparrow sprinkled throughout the ride. Disneyland, however, Disneyland was the park that I grew up going to, so I remember the Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean pre-Jack Sparrow, like pre-Pirates of the Caribbean movies, which is not incredibly different, but it definitely, you know, it's different than the original for sure, but it's not out of place different, I don't feel like. Oh man. Well, yeah, there he is right there. How was everybody missing him? Standing right out in the open. He actually does kind of blend in with the wedding dresses. Now, are they wedding dresses? I don't know. I just said that because they're white. They're probably just dresses. Actually, come to think of it, there have been a lot of updates to both rides. Like here in this, the part where it's the auction, they, once upon a time, had the redhead being not a pirate, but one of the people being auctioned off. So they've updated the redhead to being a female pirate, and a feisty one at that. Some of the best animatronics ever, right? Also, this was different too, and I'm speaking to updates that I know made to the Disneyland counterpart, but I mean, the scenes were identical for the most part, from what I understand, and I remember when the pirates were chasing women instead of, you know, the other way around. See? Which I get, I suppose, the modernization of the time, but I feel like historical accuracy, it was less cartoony and it was more true to the way it used to be. There's, you know, this is one of those scenes that doesn't get enough love. It's always the pirates in the jail cell that are iconically, you know, an image that comes to mind for this ride. But that guy with the cats always comes to mind. the three musical pirates, these guys, that's another one that always comes to mind immediately when you think Pirates of the Caribbean, or at least when I think Pirates of the Caribbean. And of course, I mean, the song, the music to this ride. I love this ride so much so that the band I was in, All Pride Aside, back in high school, we covered this song. We did a punk rock cover of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. Now, at Pirates of the Caribbean ride theme, because, you know, there is a movie to consider. There's another iconic shot right there. I mean, all the scenes really are super iconic. So I don't know what I'm talking about. This guy's feet. Look at this. I wonder if it picked up. Look how dirty that foot is. I always look at his dirty foot every time on this ride. I can't help it. I know it's going to subtly gross me out, but I can't avoid looking up at his foot. And then here we go. I mean, the scene, the most iconic scene, arguably, of the Pirates of the Caribbean rides is the jail scene with them trying to coax the dog over, and the end. See, we're at the tail end of the ride here, and it's just like, I feel like the story they tell in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland feels more like a story. This just seemed like pirate shenanigans. You know what I mean? And it brings you right here to the exit, where the Disneyland one, you go up a waterfall. So you went down waterfalls to get into the ride and get into the Time of Pirates. At Disneyland, you go up a waterfall to get out of the Land of Pirates. This one is just kind of, I don't know. It lacks a story, but it still has the same amount of heart to it. And it is, I mean, an icon. It's unavoidable. It's a must-do for every time we are at the Disney parks. So, not going to be the last time we go on this ride, nor will it be the last Vloggentary ride-along, I'm sure. If you want to catch a version where I'm not talking over the ride, you can go check out the ride-through video that I will have down in the description. Hope this was fun, riding Pirates of the Caribbean together. I promise you, I talk throughout the entire ride in person, too. So, I mean, it's as real as it gets, right?